Well, ladies and gentlemen, Wade Barrett and I had a very interesting conversation with this man, the world champion Gunther, earlier today. I thought he'd be more humble when I asked him the question about how he felt having Goldberg's last match of his career.
Yeah, well, you apparently frequently get the temperature wrong, Michael Cole, because sentimentality is a trait for weak men. Gunther told us, I am here to humiliate this man who has no place in my industry. I am here to extinguish this stain that is Goldberg for good.
Wade, you have to wonder, is Gunther perhaps looking past the 58-year-old Goldberg tonight to the threat that looms on the horizon of possibly CM Punk or maybe Seth Rollins, depending upon what happened with the injury tonight? But is Gunther looking past Goldberg tonight?
There is a golden rule in the fight game. The last thing a heavyweight ever loses is his punch. We saw that this past Monday on Raw when Goldberg dropped the ring general with a sweet right hook to the jaw.
Neil, it's time.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the World Heavyweight Championship! Introducing first, the challenger from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 270 pounds, WWE Hall of Famer, Goldberg! And his opponent, from Vienna, Austria, weighing in at 250 pounds, he is the World Heavyweight Champion, the Ring General, Gunther!
From a humble beginning in Tulsa, Oklahoma, to a massive star on the Georgia Bulldogs football team, to a professional football career, to the summer of 1997 and the start of a professional wrestling career and a 173-match undefeated streak, which included the biggest win of his career nearly 27 years ago to the day, when Goldberg in Atlanta, Georgia, defeated Hulk Hogan for the WCW Championship to multi-world titles in WWE. This is it, the final time we witness the awesome intensity, the power, the greatness that is Goldberg.
What a clash of generations of styles and legacies.
An important note as well. The official in this match is the veteran Charles Robinson, the man who has refereed hundreds of matches in the career of Goldberg, including the historic night on July 6, 1998, when Goldberg defeated Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hogan, to win the championship here in Atlanta. Charles Robinson on hand for the final match of Goldberg's career. So Wade, early going, what does Goldberg have to do against Gunther?
Well, I think Jesse the Body Ventura hit the nail on the head earlier tonight. Goldberg has to end this quickly. The longer it goes, the more this will favor the big Austrian champ. You don't get great gas mileage when you get up there in years. That is an athletic rule. And the longer this goes for Goldberg, those opportunities of victory diminish.
Chop having a little effect on Goldberg, who breaks out in that trademark smile and laugh. Gunther said he would not be intimidated by the intensity of Goldberg, but it's a different story when you're face to face with a Hall of Famer.
Two men who are simply built for war. Gunther now realizing perhaps the size of the task that lies ahead of him.
And what about the task that lies ahead of Goldberg? This is his first match in over 3 years. His last match, 2022. The Elimination Chamber here in WWE. And Goldberg taking the fight to Gunther.
Well, it's your hometown, your family's here, retirement hanging over you, the end of a career. You have to be a cold, ruthless fighting machine in that ring, but there's so much emotion bubbling inside of Goldberg. He has to keep that locked down.
The big heavyweight boxer coming out of retirement. Does he have that one big blow left? Does Goldberg have one spear left? Does he have one jackhammer left?
Now, you mentioned a little earlier that Goldberg had said in an interview he has physical ailments, one of which was that knee.
Well, and look at it. He's got a brace on the left knee.
Well, I thought that was absolute insanity. You've got a prep fiend like Gunther who absorbs this kind of information, immediately targeting that knee of Goldberg.
And now the power of Goldberg sending Gunther to the center of the ring, and the champ's in trouble.
Yeah, I'm impressed with Goldberg in the early going, that raw power coming to the fore.
And he's stalking Gunther. Goldberg looking for a spear, and Gunther moving out of harm's way. Can Gunther, you see the expression on Goldberg's face, realize that may have been his opportunity. That may have been his moment.
Well, that's frustration on Goldberg. You let that chance slip away. You may not get another one against the competitor as good, as well-rounded as the World Heavyweight Champ Gunther.
Well, I've been impressed so far with the way that Goldberg has taken the fight, but again, Gunther's a bad knee, and now a chop to Goldberg, and Goldberg trying to fight it off. And another chop by the champ.
And I'll tell you, I've never seen anybody shrug off those chops quite like Goldberg has thus far. They're registering, they're stinging, but they're not dropping the big man.
And Gunther sent toward the corner. Goldberg looking for a spear, and Goldberg through the barricade into the timekeeper's area. Gunther able to move out of harm's way. Goldberg exploding the barricade with a spear, and Goldberg's in trouble. Could be a golden opportunity for the world champ. Gunther has turned his attention to the injured knee. That brace covering the left knee of Goldberg. Gunther has been attacking that knee throughout the break.
Yes, he has. Gunther is precision and discipline. Goldberg is destruction incarnate. And we saw that destruction against our barricade a few minutes ago, and it may well have destroyed Goldberg's chances in this match. He hasn't looked the same since.
Yeah, Goldberg trying to dig down deep, final time in his career, in the ring, this time for the world title. In his adopted hometown of Atlanta. And Goldberg fighting back now. Goldberg's got a little bit left.
Tapping into the energy of this hometown audience. One last dance for the champ.
Yeah, right.
The dance may be over here.
Right back to the knee as Goldberg collapses in the ring.
Well, Gunther just did his homework, did his prep work, and has executed almost from the word go tonight. That feeling out process early was all Goldberg, but it's changed in a big way now.
Yeah, this match so far has been the blueprint of Gunther throughout his career. Intimidate, physically overpower, trash talk.
Looking to embarrass Goldberg here, but that may be a major error from the ring general.
Yeah,
that flurry from Goldberg, not enough to drop the World Heavyweight Champ.
It's hard to intimidate the master of intimidation, and the power spinebuster by Goldberg.
On one good leg, there is still fight in the former champ, in the legend. He's hurting, he's stumbling, but this warrior is going to go out on his shield tonight. Win, lose, or draw.
Again, knee buckling as he used it to deliver a blow to Gunther. And now the body shots in the corner. And Gunther with a chop, and another one. The world champ exploding out of the corner.
Goldberg is just so hampered when he gets on the offense. He sometimes is not able to follow up a flurry, allowing the ring general to recover, but that may have turned the tide.
Yeah, that's why Goldberg's got to keep Gunther close. The separation does not help him.
Goldberg notorious for those heavy hands, those heavy boots, and throwing it all the way of the ring general.
Yeah, but Goldberg heavily favoring the injured knee. And again, Gunther now. And Goldberg able to back body drop the champ.
Just as he was locked in for that power bomb that Gunther is known for, and weighed up the stance.
Goldberg now, oh no! Spearing the official Charles Robinson inadvertently as Gunther moved out of harm's way.
Oh God, Charles Robinson once again taking the brunt of a major attack there. You're right, completely inadvertent. Such was the nimble feet of the ring general.
And now Gunther from behind, right back to the knee of Goldberg. The official's down, and Gunther can do whatever he wants now.
And we're going to need another referee. Charles Robinson will not be getting up from that spear.
And Goldberg in trouble as Gunther looks to rip the protective knee brace from the knee of the icon.
Just tearing away at will now is the ring general, looking to humiliate Goldberg.
Well, not just humiliate him, but destroy him, damage him.
Gunther has previously been about the sport, proving he's the greatest on the planet. This is something very different. Refusing to be embarrassed by the return of a former great in Goldberg. This is a statement from the World Heavyweight Champ.
Goldberg, one of the toughest men in the history of professional wrestling. But he has a vulnerability. And that, of course, the injured knee. And now the knee is exposed as Gunther begins to use the protective brace as a weapon. There's no official out here to stop any of this.
Goldberg clearly out of his prime physically, but the mind, the body, the heart wants to fight on. You have to respect that.
Right to the back of the head of Goldberg.
Hope really beginning to slip away now of a dream ending for a legendary career.
And Gunther now over toward, that is Bill's son, Gage. His wife, Wanda's out there as well.
Get your ass down, come on. Get your ass down. What you mean? Come on. Get your ass down.
Gage's not going to take that. He's over the barricade. Remember, he was at the heart of this when it all began in Atlanta last year. When Gunther humiliated Goldberg and his family here in his hometown.
Well, I think it's lucky for Gage that our security were on the ball for once. That could have ended incredibly badly for Goldberg's kid.
And now Goldberg, spear! Goldberg hit the spear! Goldberg hit the spear on Gunther! Does he have something left? Does Goldberg have one jackhammer left? He does!
Oh my God!
Jackhammer!
It's happened!
toss into the ring, but again, the bad knee, not allowing Goldberg to go into the cover right away. Dragging himself, falls into the cover, shoulders down. Gunther kicks out at 2. Gunther kicked out at 2. Off the jackhammer by Goldberg.
Oh my God. Gunther completely taking his eye off the ball, thinking this was a parade, getting distracted by Goldberg's kid at ringside. Goldberg pouncing, nailed the big 1-2 whammy with that jackhammer, but the landing on that knee preventing the pin in time.
And now Gunther with a sleeper. The sleeper locked in on Goldberg. The sleeper's in. Goldberg won't tap. Gunther's gonna have to pass Goldberg out here. Goldberg trying to fight back.
Grabbing anything he can, but that is cinched in deep, and Goldberg now fading.
Goldberg is fading. Goldberg with one last gasp to break the sleeper. Goldberg fighting back, rolls to his belly. Gunther still with the sleeper locked in. Gunther's got it in good. Goldberg doesn't have anything left.
All that oxygen cut off, the blood cut off, and fading is Goldberg.
And Goldberg is out. Gunther retains.
Here is your winner, and still the World Heavyweight Champion, the Ring General, Gunther!
And with that, it's over. A 28-year career, one of the most dominant in the history of professional wrestling. An icon who thrilled millions and carried an industry on his back. For Goldberg, it's not who's next anymore, but what's next for Goldberg outside the ring.